What is going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday? Yes, it is Tuesday, the 11th of March. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. The start of your week went well. Everything is going good on my end. It was rainy yesterday and it's now sunny today. The weather here is all over the place. But nevertheless, we got some more gaming news to talk about, and we're going to talk about Xbox, because Xbox, some of their plans have been leaked. I mean, I think we kind of knew about this for about a good year or so. We're going to talk about it because we got a little bit more information about what they're going to do. Give my thoughts and opinions and everything under that umbrella. So hopefully you guys hang around and give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all think. First and foremost, yes, there is going to be another console for the Xbox brand. A lot of people thinking that the Xbox Series is going to be the last Xbox because they're not doing well in sales. But the next Xbox has been greenlit. It's supposed to be coming out in 2027, and it's supposed to be a very Windows-based console. Well, now that's not surprising. I mean, it's Microsoft. Microsoft is kind of tried to slide away from the name Xbox for the last few years. I mean, they haven't been really into using that name as much. They've been using more Microsoft. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just jump into the whole, console PC / Windows type of deal, where they're going to have more of the Windows implemented, PC type implemented. Also probably could put Steam and all these other apps on it, like GOG and Epic Store. Although I wouldn't be surprised. You're basically getting a mini PC or a PC build of some sort when you get in the next Microsoft, and I'm gonna call it Microsoft console. Maybe you can still call it Xbox, but it seems like it's be more lean towards Microsoft in my opinion. Also, you have not one but two handhelds supposed to be coming out. These are all rumors. I don't really want to. I mean, you can just Google it because I don't know all the information, but I don't have a link necessarily. All the stuff is basically all over the place, and it's just rumors. So I don't know where to actually send you, what direction to send it to. It's all over the place. But you're supposed to have two handhelds coming out, one this year and one towards the next console that's supposed to be coming out. So now you're talking about Xbox, Microsoft getting into the console space. I mean, not the console, but the handheld space, where I don't know how that's going to work, to be honest. You got the Switch about to come out. You also have the ROG Ally out, and you have all these other handhelds out, and not even talking about the Steam Deck. I'm not saying that it's saturated, but the market is kind of dominated. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's like the domination of two extremes. I mean, you have like the PC handheld and you have the Nintendo handheld, and everything else in between is not necessarily I ain't gonna say it's not a big market for it, but you just don't hear much about anything in between. But I guess that's where Microsoft Xbox is trying to go. They're trying to get in that in-between space where the ROGs, the Ambernicks, and the Retro Bits and all those other, the Kitty Pals or the Pal Kitty, whatever you call, whatever the name of that thing is, where they're going to line up in, where everything's like in between, where it's Xbox is going to try to take that space. Maybe so, but they're saying that this thing is going to be like a Steam Deck. So I don't know how that's going to play out. How is that going to work? I just don't know, because first and foremost, for me, I don't necessarily deal with handhelds like that. Like, I fell in love with the first handheld in my lifetime, and that was the Nintendo 3DS. And I just talked about that. That was recently. Like last year, I fell in love with my first handheld ever. When I look at the Switch, I'd rather dock it and play it on the TV. I don't look at it as a handheld. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not necessarily a big fan of playing AAA big budget. I ain't gonna say big budget, but I'm not a fan of playing big games on a handheld. I feel like handheld games has a space for themselves, where a handheld game feels like a handheld game, where it's something a little more compact. It's not nothing that holds you for hours at a time. It's like, just basically a handheld game that you'll play maybe 4 to 5 hours, and you get like a small version of the bigger game. Like, say for instance, when Mario 3D World came out, you get Mario 3D Land, and it's like the smaller version of the bigger game. You know, like what is that Killzone Liberation? It's not like the same like a Killzone game. It's like a smaller version. So when it comes to handheld games, I don't think I'll be doing something like, let's say for instance, playing Forza Horizon 5 or playing the next Gran Turismo on the next PlayStation 5 or the next PlayStation handheld. Unless if it's like a handheld version like the Gran Turismo on the PSP. I can do that compared to trying to play a Gran Turismo 6 on a PSP. It's just, to me, I don't know. Maybe I'm definitely I'm in the minority of all of that. So that's just me. So the handheld side of things, I'm just not a big fan of playing, AAA or big budget or full-fledged games on a handheld. Even though the technology can do it, I'd rather play, those games on a television. And I'll say this before I get into the other part of the Xbox thing. I think these type of games that are full-fledged, they command a presence. So when you're playing it on a television or you're playing it on a monitor, it commands a presence in a room where the immersion of that game can be enjoyed. I don't get that kind of immersion out of a handheld game. To me, it's just not my thing. Like when I play Uncharted, like when I play Uncharted 2, or when I played Uncharted 4, or when I play like The Last of Us, or when I play any other big game like that, Grand Theft Auto, that game commands a presence in a room where I feel like you put it on a screen and you play it that way. The handheld games, Chinatown Wars for Grand Theft Auto, Golden Abyss for Uncharted, you kind of see what I'm saying? It's those type of games. But hey, to each his own. Last but not least, Microsoft is talking about doing more things in the cloud section of things. So they said some things that could work into Google Stadia type of deal, and I'm like, I don't know about that, because I'm not a fan of cloud gaming per se. I know the technology is there and it will be there at some point where you'll be able to stream your games and play, but to me, I know that's where I rip the parachute and I'll parachute out in gaming. Once it gets to cloud gaming and stuff like that, that's when I'm done. I don't mind watching stuff like YouTube, for instance, through a stream or anything like that. I don't mind why, but when I have to interact with it, maybe the latency will be like not even noticeable. But that's when I really will parachute out. Not just for that, but I'm a person that's big on ownership, and you're not going to own any of these games. Even there's an issue with digital games. You're not owning the digital games. And I will say this for Microsoft: give us an option to own the games that we purchase. If we're going, Game Pass, I get, but let's say like you have now with Game Pass, you still have that option to purchase. That game should be ours forever. And I think that's where I draw the line at. When I'm starting to play a game where if I have the wherewithal, or if I feel like I want to own that game and I can't, I'm gonna be honest, I probably won't even play the game. That's just me. To me, it just feel like, I'd rather just watch somebody play it if I'm not gonna own it. But that's just a whole other story for another day. But let me know what you guys think. I will say this: I'm going to try to find a link to all of this. I'll put the link down in the description where it comes with the leaks and everything. But it's all over the place. I've seen it on various different videos. I've seen it on various different websites. So I don't know if all the information is on each website or whatever the case, but I'll find one and I'll put the link down in the description, and we'll talk about we'll talk about what I just said. But that's pretty much it, man. Xbox new console, kind of interested in it, but with the handheld stuff, not so much. And doing everything throughout a cloud where everything is Xbox and Xbox is everything, I don't know, man. First and foremost, if I want to play anything, I want to be able to own it. But that's just a whole nother story. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll definitely see y'all on the next one. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.